All right, we're going live here. All right, let's see. Are we live? I think we are live. We are live on John Crump News. We're just going to give everyone a minute to join on John Crump News, and then we're going to talk about what is going on in the Senate.
Is
And
it is the news Joe Biden fell off a bicycle again?
um, no, but I mean that could be. Um, as Gorillas and Guns pointed out in our audience here, this is John Crump Live, which we usually do, but this is on the news channel. Steve Dettelbach did get confirmed today. So we have a new ATF director. This is the first ATF director since Bush.
Bush. So they've always been interim directors?
Yep.
Correct.
Wow. What the heck is the holdup?
Nobody likes anybody.
I
And
guess the next question is which Bush?
uh, Junior
A hairy one.
W. Bush Jr. So Bush Jr. So Steve Dettelbach. Uh, the confirmation hearing was a while ago, but the vote was today. And there
Hmm.
wasn't like a big announcement that they were going to do a vote. They just did a vote.
Wow.
So that's what they do a lot of times when they don't want to, when they want to just, try to do it. So there's not a lot of pushback. So they're just like, okay, well, we'll just do it in secret. But
That's
that's
crazy.
what they do. Um,
So Dark said he lost power, and there's a massive storm. I'm like, no, you didn't lose power. That's the ATF cutting the power on your house, and that's the tanks
no,
rolling up.
no, there's a massive storm. Um, there is definitely a massive storm. So if Steve Dettelbach was confirmed, that means a lot of Republicans voted for him, which is a shame.
Well, I mean, he's got to be confirmed in the Senate, so not it's not. Is it 2/3 or what?
No, it's not 2/3.
So it's just simple majority. So realistically, no Republicans would have had to vote
Well, they
Caramella
voted
out.
for him before to get him to this point.
Okay.
They could have blocked him.
Well, we know Mitt Romney, and who's the one on Golden Pond? What's her name?
Cheney?
The one from New
No.
Hampshire.
Oh, are you not New Hampshire? You're talking about Maine, Murkowski.
Marquette? No, is it Marquette? Who's the
No, no,
lady that's
that's
about 100 years old? It reminds me of on Golden Pond.
I have no idea what you're talking about, man.
You know, if I just said, oh, that woman in
Nancy?
politics that's way too old should be
Nancy?
home with her great
Okay,
grandchildren.
that's 90% of them.
Right.
You know, they're all way too old.
Susan Collins, thank you.
Yeah, so
Feinstein's another one.
Feinstein. Well, yeah. So they confirmed Steve Dettelbach. There's not much we can really say about that, but just to say that he has been confirmed, and I have a new target to fight against. I'm
Well,
trying to
I
find
mean,
out like who voted for him and who didn't vote for him.
do they watch? They did it as a voice vote.
He did say politics can play no role in law enforcement, none at all.
Please.
Can't wait to see that.
He said, "I vow never to let politics in any way influence my actions as ATF director."
He meant other people's politics. He didn't mean his own politics.
hmm
Yeah, so the norm has been shaken. When he passed,
But
when they it was, the Senate vote was 48-46. So several people did not vote, but it was all it's all a game, right? They
sure,
voted
for sure.
to move him forward, and then they could go, "Oh, we didn't vote for him." Uh,
Right.
Susan Collins and Rob Portman both voted for him. They were the only two Republicans to cross and vote for them.
Yeah, I told you it was the on Golden Pond lady.
Yeah. So Susan
So-
Collins and Rob Portman need to.
Be executed.
Allegedly.
Allegedly be executed.
So Doodlebug will be the last director of the ATF before it gets disbanded, huh?
I hope it gets disbanded, but I mean, I just don't see it getting disbanded.
I don't understand. Clarence Thomas seemed to say, and that EPA case just seems to me like the ATF should be disbanded.
The EPA case.
Well, it kind of diminished the amount Chevron deference had. Basically,
Yeah, but
limiting the amount.
that's not gonna disband the ATF.
Well, it's less meaningful. Because basically, what they're saying is agencies can't make up laws on their own. So realistically, all we need is law enforcement.
It's not as cut and dry as that.
It is in my mind.
The decision did not limit Chevron as much as people think it limited
Yes.
Chevron. That's the big thing. When we had Stamboli on, he was supposed to be on today, but he couldn't make it because of things.
Legal stuff.
Yeah, don't want to get too much into it. But yes.
Ooh, if
it
John
did not-
doesn't want to talk about it, that means a whole new series of things.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You gave away some information here.
No, I didn't. I didn't give away. I don't know anything more than you. I mean, I just said he's working on things. I don't know what things he's working on, but he's working on things. It could be something totally not related to guns. Yeah,
It's a marketing ticket, right?
Here's the thing. The ATF is a tax collection agency, and that is true. If you don't know the founding of the ATF was founded out of the Department of Taxation, which was the precursor to the IRS. It was to tax alcohol, and they just threw firearms in there because of the the 1934 National Firearms Act. But originally, the ATF was set to battle bootleggers. They used to run alcohol. Bootleggers.
I thought he said bootlickers also.
They used to, no, that's but
that would be
bootlicking thing.
All of DC, right?
Yeah.
So the ATF was set up to collect taxes. I do think their power has now been curtailed because I do think that the National Firearms Act is in trouble. I'm not sure if the CRS case is going to be able to bring it down. I think it's probably going to go higher, but I do think one of the current cases that are working their way up through the Supreme Court at the circuit court level, they're going to add in original text for getting rid of the NFA.
That would be nice.
Dire Avenger 001 wants to know how long his term is for. It's not a federal judge. He serves what they call, he serves at the pleasure of the president, which means he serves as long as the president wants him to serve. So
FBI, other agencies are just like that. So until the sitting president says get the out, you're there.
So his job is to pleasure the president.
Yeah.
Yes.
Quick says the EPA decision was limited to a narrow scope of circumstances. Chevron cannot be used in major decisions, which is a legally defined set of rules. That's good, but it's not far enough to neuter them, which is true, which is what I've been saying to you, Rich, for a while now, but you just don't listen to me. Sam S wants to know if Dettelbach wants to ban semi-automatics. Yes, he does. He considers all semi-automatics to be assault weapons, and he does want to see them banned.
Good luck with that.
Yeah.
The horse is out of the barn and the door is closed. Go F yourself.
Jason Fisher says, what is the EPA case effect on frames and pistols? There could be something there, but it's not as much as what people think. I think it will be addressed, but that's not going to be, that isn't the focus of everything. Yeah. So we'll see what happens with the next president. I doubt it's going to be Biden again. If the next president wants Dettelbach to continue as not Supreme Court, sorry, ATF director, he will continue. If they don't want him to continue, they can fire him at any time.
And it'll go back the way it's been for years.
Yeah, they'll fire him, then appoint a
Me.
either.
Oh
Put
my
me-
God.
Marvin Richard. I think
Please.
Marvin Richardson would take over until they appoint a temporary guy.
Well,
think
wait, who was
me.
the last temporary or acting?
Restiano,
All right, so why would Marvin Richardson take over again?
because when they fire him, Marvin Richardson is the next in line of succession until
Okay,
they get
all
someone
right.
to appoint. Marvin Richardson would take over,
Mhm.
unless he retires, which is
Gotcha.
a good possibility.
And,
I would
and you know
love to
what?
run the ATF. I would say everyone's fired, everyone go home. Yeah, but no, I wouldn't fire everyone. I would keep the NFA division around because I know I can't get rid of them, and that would like backlog everything. So I keep the NFA and like the people that issue. I would fire all the federal agents. I would keep the people that issue permits and just say issue all of them to them and look at them, just rubber stamp them until I get a program to do it automatically. Dan O'Kelly would be awesome. Dan is a great guy.
Mm-hmm.
So this is what we know. Dettelbach has been confirmed. He is now our new ATF director. We'll see what happens with the ATF. But this is, I mean, it's bad, but it's not David Chipman bad.
Right.
And I think that might have been why they
That might have been the
tried
ploy.
to get David Chipman. They took the worst absolute guy that you can
So
get.
he was the sacrifice.
Yeah, and sacrificed him like a damn lamb.
Yep.
Yeah. But Dettelbach is he doesn't really have a record on guns, which is one
He's
of
a
the
lawyer.
reasons why they nominated him. But we do know where he stands on semi-automatic rifles, which is banned. He also believes in universal background checks and red flag laws.
That's the one that scares the shit out of me.
Collins and Portman, they didn't get played. They knew they're playing for the other team. Yeah, the dire Avengers for the NFA will be extremely tough to fight, and that is 100%. Yeah, Jeremy Willis thinks that Dettelbach is just as bad as Chipman, and he might be, but we will see what happens. But right now, I think the main thing that we need to do is to fight through the court systems by using the awesome decision in Bruin and also the EPA case, even though it's not as good as what people think it is. But we can use Bruin to fight back against these unjust laws. And if you look, that's exactly what GOA is doing up in North Dakota with Eli out there. Eli, I'm not sure if you're out there, but if you're out there, everyone needs to go follow Eli EDC on every social media platform there is. He has put his name out there to fight back. So we need to watch him, help him out by subscribing to him, and yep. So Eli is a great guy. So guys, Richard Hoffman, you deal with the ATF a lot. How much does the director have over the vision and movement of the ATF? Or is he just a bureaucrat? I know Richardson and Lombardi were bureaucrats.
I think pretty much he's just a freaking bureaucrat, you know. When it comes down to the, to what the people do, he really doesn't have a whole lot of say, as far as the industry investigators and, they just kind of, whatever. I mean, he can say, "Oh, I want you to do this," or what about? Oh God, it's probably 10 years ago now. The director decided he wanted everybody, uh, every FFL inspected every year.
Yeah, he did.
I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing because it helps us keep our records,
He didn't
straight.
realize
And,
they had nowhere near the manpower to do it.
No, they didn't. Let's see. I was last inspected 5 or 6 years ago.
That's only because nobody has the courage to come out and visit you.
No, I'm friends with a lot of the inspectors, in this area.
A lot of the inspectors aren't like anti-gun. They're just doing
no,
their
most
job.
of them are not anti-gun. They might not be really gun people. Some of them are. One inspector, I like him as a person, but I hate when he comes out and inspects because he wants to see everything. And I mean, not just see everything on the books or anything. He wants to see my personal collection and what kind of cool shit do you have? What are you working on? Ooh, what's that? That's cool. Let's go play. It's like, damn, dude.
Yeah, there was this woman that was an IOI, and she's still an IOI apparently. IOI's industry operations inspector that was pretty cool. She was like, "Hey, hey, there's a little mistake here. Fix it really quick."
Yeah, and most of them will do that unless you have a lot of mistakes, and then they kind of,
Or they're actually technically they're supposed to note all that down.
Right, they're supposed to write all that down and say, fix it.
Okay, we got someone blocked here.
I just blocked him.
All right. I trust your judgment.
But yeah, most of them, if it's just a couple little things, oh, you forgot to sign the 4473 or you forgot to put in the, do this or that, they'll just fix it. And, I'll look at it tomorrow when I come in.
Yeah. So what do you think of Dettelbach? Do you think he's going to keep his promise to be non-political?
No.
How about you, Rich?
Oh, come on, please. If it's non-political, it's going to be non-political only with ideas that vary from his political ideas. The guy is a Democrat operative from, he's buddies with Obama. I have zero faith that he will. It's kind of like putting somebody in charge of cars that hates cars. And, why would you do that? Why would you make somebody, head of transportation or something like that when they hate cars? So he's a gun grabber, gun hater, and he's going to do what gun grabbers and gun haters do.
Didn't he say he was a gun guy or owned a gun or something like that?
He
said he was a gun. I know. I'm playing devil's advocate.
Do you know how to tell when somebody's not a gun guy? When they say they're a gun guy. Like my Congress critter, Brian Mast, he's like, "Yeah, I know, Rich, I'm a gun guy. Let's go to the range." I'm like, no, it's cool. I don't have to go to the range with you. And then he gets a hoplophobic, wealthy Republican donor that doesn't like guns. And all of a sudden he's against...
Hoplophobic means irrational fear of guns.
Yes. And the guy is all of a sudden banning semi-automatics or for banning semi-automatics. So
yeah. The ATF director is going to do what the president wants him to do.
Yes.
Yeah, that's basically it.
He's a
look under Trump. Look under Trump. Trump said ban bump stocks. They ban bump stocks. Biden says ban 80s they put together this new regulation. Biden said to go after pistol braces. They put together this new regulation. Although the ATF, Regina Lombardo and Marvin Richardson said the two biggest things they wanted to go after is pistol braces in the 80s. If you don't remember, I did a story when they met with the Biden administration when they were coming in, and that's where I took the picture, posted the picture on Twitter. From the actual
of the meeting while it was going on.
Yeah.
Oh, you bad person.
Yeah, they didn't like that too much. But yeah, so Steve Dettelbach is our new ATF director. And for the ATF people that are watching this, and they do watch this, trust me, because I will get, like, if I say, the ATF, blah, 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 they'll send me a comment. They're like, oh, this is our statement on what you said on your podcast.
Whoa.
Yeah. So they do watch. Which is interesting. I had like 5 viewers on my podcast and one's ATF. So we'll find out what more of this means. I don't think it's going to make a huge difference. I don't think it's like world ending as some people think it is.
Nah.
Old school truck driver, the full was confirmed. But the guy that they put in there, Rustriano, he's just as anti-gun as Dettelbach. So Dettelbach, one anti-gunner replaces with another anti-gunner. But
they're all anti-gunners. All of them in DC.
Most people in DC. There's a couple. Well, Rand Paul, for example. And Thomas Massey.
Ah!
You don't think Thomas Massey is a pro-gun guy?
Nope. I don't think any of them are.
Rand Paul?
Nope.
Really?
Nope.
Interesting.
I haven't seen him fighting any of the stuff.
Thomas Massey has a lot.
No. I haven't seen him, kicking and screaming and yelling and.
Oh, trust me, Thomas Massey has been. He's just. They take his voice and like crush his voice down because he's not as popular because he kicks and screams about guns. So other people in Congress don't like that he kicks and screams about guns, and he'll call out other Republicans that are anti-gun, and that really pisses off the establishment. So they kind of like quash his voice, if that makes any sense to you, Hoffman.
Yeah, he's a Republican. That says enough.
Right. Everybody out there say happy birthday to Hoffman as well.
Happy birthday.
BWE Firearms is 29 today.
Yep. If you add 30.
Yeah. So that's what's going on with
28.
So that is what's going on with Steve Dettelman. He has been confirmed. We're going to continue the conversation on other stuff over on John Crump Live. So if you want to stick with us, jump over to John Crump Live, and you can follow us over there. But for John Crump News, I think we're about to end it. I think if I can get that damn thing up to end it.
To end it?
On John Crump News.
The thing up?
No, I'll end it. Give me 1 second here.
Ready to end it yet?
On John Crump News. So jump over to John Crump Live and you can continue with the conversation. This news just broke during John Crump Live, so we went ahead and started doing it. And I'm not even sure if I have no idea how to even stop it on John Crump News. Whatever. All right, maybe we won't. I have no idea what the hell I'm doing here.
We're going to end something. We don't know what it's going to be, but we're going to end something.
Dude, just give it to Rich. Rich ends everything. It's true.
Mad endings.
Rich will end the show by accident, like all the time. I'm just
Rich.
joking. You've only done that like 3 or 4 times.
Look, Rich ended himself. He's frozen.
Yeah, well, that is what happened. There used to be a way to end it. Okay, that's not it. There used to be a way that you can go into live. Go. Okay, here it is. All right, I got it. All right, so let me just pull this up and go to John Crump Live. Actually, you know what? I can do something really quick here. Customize. I'm gonna add a redirect over to John Crump Live. So if you don't want to, if you want to just go to John Crump Live, you will be able to do that. Just give me 1 second here. And this is why I lose subscribers sometimes. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Dude, I'm so bad at this YouTube stuff.
Oh, a lot of us are.
All right. So just stick with me. When I end this, you'll be kicked over to John Crump Live if you want to come over and continue the conversation. We're going to be talking about other stuff. But
Okay. I'm probably going to go have Din Din.
All right. Well, you can go have Din Din. Rich should be back any minute now, I think.
I doubt it.
I hope he is, because
he just ghosted you.
Yeah, it wouldn't be the first time. And we are on see you on John Crump Live. Bye bye.
Bye bye. There's Rich.